Welcome on board of the Noble George Sauvageau. This introduction movie has been made to help you to become familiar with the basic Noble safety rules and regulations on an offshore rig. All arrivals must check in with the radio operator for room assignment and worksite orientation. Also, all departures are to check in with the radio operator.
Morning.
Good morning. Welcome on board this Noble rig.
When you arrive on board, you'll be allocated your cabin and a lifeboat number. After you have checked in, you'll be then taken on a guided tour of the platform by the barge engineer or the medic, and a mustering card will be made up for you. This mustering card shows the location of your assigned lifeboat, the general arrangement of the rig, and the escape routes. All crew is to advise the medic of any special medical condition or medications taken. Smoking is only permitted in designated areas. 3 Whitaker lifeboats are located on board. Boat number 1 and 3 on port side and boat number 2 on starboard side. Each lifeboat has room for 50 occupants. On the main deck, you can find 4 life raft stations, 2 on starboard side and 2 on port side, each with a 25-man crane-launched life raft. All escape routes in and outside the accommodation are clearly marked. There are fixed stairs leading to the sea surface inside all 4 leg wells, and there are additional rescue ladders on both sides of the platform. There is also a station bill on each floor of the living quarters. It explains the alarm signals, the location of the muster point, the emergency organization, and the lifeboat you've been allocated to. Two different alarm signals are used. The abandoned platform warning is a continuous sound signal. The general alarm is an interrupted sound signal. There will be messages over the PA system telling you what to do. When an alarm is sounded, a yellow light will flash in all areas with high noise levels. You need to wear personal protective equipment when you are outside the living quarters. If you haven't been allocated your own, you should contact the storekeeper. The following equipment is mandatory: coverall, hard hat, safety glasses, and safety boots. We also recommend you wear safety gloves when outside.
Hello Rob, do you have a permit for me?
What are you gonna do?
We're gonna do some grinding on the main deck.
Okay. You need all work permits?
Yeah, okay.
Need goggles?
Yeah.
Gloves?
Yeah.
Gas detector?
Okay.
Safety is a value with Noble and has first priority in all work on board. All work needs to be planned, and when required, the necessary work permits complete with job safety analysis obtained before you are allowed to start. Noble Drilling has a policy to register all incidents or unsafe situations while on board by either using stop report cards of the stop program or by informing your immediate supervisor. Safety drills are held regularly on board. Follow the instructions given over the PA system. At your mustering station, you will find a T-card cabinet with your personal mustering card. This helps the lifeboat crew to get an overview and check-in of all personnel. Life jackets have to be worn during safety drills. In an emergency situation, if you can, you must go to your cabin and get your survival suit before mustering. If this is not possible, there are spare survival suits and life jackets near the muster point. If the boat stations, for whatever reason, cannot be operated, the raft stations are used as an alternative muster point. This will be announced on the public address system. In your cabin, you will find an escape kit. It contains gloves, a torch, and an escape mask in case you should need it. If you have to muster, it may be wise to bring additional warm clothing. If you don't belong to any of the emergency teams on board, you must proceed directly to your allocated mustering station, or, in case of abandonment, directly to your lifeboat muster station. Should it become necessary to evacuate the platform, the following means of escape are provided: by helicopter, stairs, rescue ladders, standby boat, lifeboats, or by life rafts. If you have any questions whatsoever, then please ask your rig manager or your supervisor. When you notice a man overboard, you must raise the alarm immediately by either radio, telephone, third party, or by pushing the fire alarm which is connected to the radio room. Try to keep your eyes on the person at all times if possible. Good housekeeping is essential in working and living areas. Maintaining a high standard prevents both accidents and incidents. Smoking is prohibited except in the change room or other clearly marked areas. Noble Drilling is an ISO 14001 company, which means each Noble rig has a DNV environmental management system designed to reduce the adverse impact of our drilling operations in the natural environment. What does this mean to you personally? All waste should be handled and disposed in such a manner as to prevent as much as possible harm to human beings and the environment. You are expected to be very cautious with fuel, oil, base oil, mud, and chemicals. Always use the chemical data sheets. Treat them as dangerous substances that have to be handled with the utmost care. You must, by law, take all reasonable steps to look after any waste you have or generate, and to prevent improper disposal by others. In practice, this means, if you find a spill somewhere on the rig, inform your supervisor, or use the spill control materials available. If you are involved with drilling operations, be cautious to prevent spills and contamination of your work area, especially when working with oil-based mud. On board of the rig, a garbage management plan is available which should be adhered to. All waste will be separated and will go in different containers. These containers are clearly labeled to make things easy. Examples of waste produced offshore are chemicals, scrap metal, wood, waste oils, oil rags and clothing, and special waste such as batteries, solvents, fluorescent light bulbs, empty paint tins. Some special wastes can be classified as hazardous from the transportation point of view. This is legislated under the International Maritime Dangerous Goods Regulations. All hazardous waste streams are collected separately, packaged and labeled according to the relevant regulations. This will be arranged by the Rig Materials Coordinator and controlled by the barge engineer before shipping to the shore. Make yourself familiar with Noble's environmental procedures and work instructions. If you are in doubt, ask your immediate supervisor or the rig manager. They will be happy to support you. Have a pleasant stay on board of the Noble George Sauvageau. Please assist us in making your stay on board a safe one.